Are you a professional fiduciary with a property that may need to be sold? Maybe there are multiple beneficiaries waiting for their money, or you're managing the needs of a client and trying to set this sales process up for success? Oh, and by the way, you're also trying to not get sued in the process. I get it. It's a lot of responsibility. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through my proven framework to achieve a top dollar sale while minimizing stress and limiting liability. With over 21 years of experience and more than 900 Bay Area fiduciary properties sold, this is a trusted process that fiduciaries rely on to get results. Let's dig in. I started Probate Agent Real Estate Services 21 years ago after helping my mother launch one of the first professional fiduciary businesses in California to help families in need. At that time, I saw there was a vacuum in traditional real estate, with no one specifically working to help those managing estates, trusts, and conservatorships and their unique real estate needs, which are very different from average property seller needs. My mother went on to do some of the first professional conservatorships in California and help push professional licensing through in the state. My wife, also inspired by my mother, became a leading elder abuse litigation attorney. I tell you this not to impress you, but to let you know that my family keeps me held to a very high ethical standard, which I bring to all of my clients. The first thing I do is I take a collaborative approach to your needs, as you are building a team, which over time can include your attorney, real estate broker, financial advisor, tax accountant, and more. Our goals need to be aligned to ensure that we meet at a minimum the personal, family, financial, and legal needs of your client and the case. Therefore, we start with a consultation call to discuss the fiduciary's needs, the needs of their client, and the legal needs of the situation, so we can begin to draft the best plan for the person, situation, and sale. This can be anything from a senior needing to sell their family home for income to pay for continued care in senior living, an elder needing to sell an investment property for funds to move to memory care, or to heirs waiting for an inheritance sale after a family member passes. Part of this consultation will also be to identify and discuss the disparate groups that may be involved, such as your attorney, financial advisor, and adult children, other relatives, opposing attorneys, tenants, and possibly occupants of the property, and homeowners associations. And we can discuss the unique legal requirements the situation and sale may have, and how you can comply with all the necessary legal requirements and processes, and what legal conflicts may arise that we can head off in advance if possible. Specific questions will also include the condition of the property, how we believe title is held, we will do a deep title search for you, and major obstacles that you see that we will need to address and overcome. We then visit the property to see the condition and develop an expert plan for both the personal property distribution and removal and the property preparation for a top dollar sale. Personal property removal and property preparation is often the process that is the most difficult for the fiduciary and the most up for question from outside parties such as family members, attorneys, heirs, and beneficiaries. A solid written plan will give you comfort and leave you less open to questioning later in your fiduciary capacity. The best prep for sale in estates and trust is generally deep cleaning, gardening, exterior repair, painting, flooring, and other possible safety repairs if required and the situation wants it. We do not recommend major kitchen and bathroom models for sale in these situations because the fiduciary would take on too much liability, and these projects can take 6 to 12 months, which is more time than most of these situations have, as there are often mortgages to be paid or family members or elders needing money to pay for senior housing. All of our recommendations will net you $2 to $3 back for every dollar spent, or we will not recommend it. Our next step is to develop an expert valuation analysis based on recent sales in the area and the condition and or rental income from your property, with a suggested sales plan that features a list price suggestion and a listing agreement. This will provide you with the comfort of knowing you have a pricing expert in the field and area that understands the unique value of your property and how to maximize the return on investment. And this will be a living document you can show to interested family members members, attorneys, and others. We, of course, are also happy to speak to those interested parties directly if that would be helpful for you in the unique situation. Once the cleanout and property plan is agreed upon, we expertly project manage the entire preparation process for the fiduciary, and at no additional costs. This will save the trust or the estate much time and money as we keep all costs in line and ensure the project is done on time and on budget to produce a great result for the sale. In specific cases, we will also often provide an interest-free fix-up loan for fiduciaries if the estate or trust is cash strapped. These loans will get paid off out of escrow at the sale's close. We recently loaned $40,000 to an estate for interior cleanup, painting, flooring, carpets, and a garden overhaul that resulted in a $2 return for every dollar spent. For that $40,000, they made $80,000 extra. Our next step is we develop a beautiful marketing package for the property, including professional photos, website, 3D tours, floor plans, and for properties we don't physically stage, we do virtual staging, a $750 bonus at no cost to our clients. Please visit probateagent.com to see examples of how we beautifully present properties to the market for our clients and the stellar results we are achieving for them. Our next step is we develop a sophisticated set of sale disclosures for a fiduciary selling a real property. Fiduciaries are exempt from some of the disclosures that a regular seller must complete, and we will expertly meet their disclosure requirements and limit their liability as fiduciary sellers selling a piece of real estate that they do not own. After doing this for 21 years, we've developed what we believe to be one of the most comprehensive fiduciary disclosure packages to limit your liability during and after the sale. Now comes the fun part. We market the property for an extensive 2 to 3 week marketing window with an offer date at the end to ensure the property has maximum exposure via the internet, multiple listing services, open houses, brokers' tours, and more. This is all done so the fiduciary can show all interested parties that they have done proper due diligence with maximum exposure of the property. We will not come to you the day after listing and say we have an offer. In fact, we never represent buyers on our listings, as that is a conflict of interest and can be questioned by family members and other attorneys down the road. We instead will market your property aggressively to find the most interested and qualified buyers and negotiate steadfastly on your behalf to ensure a top dollar sale. Once we've received offers for you, we will procure, vet, document, and summarize and present all of those offers to you with specific suggestions for the best possible response and outcome, as well as to document the results should you be questioned later by family members or attorneys. We then manage the entire escrow process and deliver your sales funds and complete documentation of the sales plan, valuation analysis, a final closing statement, and a final accounting of all of our costs for sale preparation come tax time. If this is a situation you're facing, don't try to go it alone. Feel free to give me a call, and I'll see you on the next video.